Hello, everybody. Myself, Rakesh Sanjan Srivastava, science teacher in St. Michael's Academy. In this part of video, I teach the students of class 6 and the chapter name is Habitat of the Living Things. In this part of video, I explain about air, light, temperature and also interaction between biotic and abiotic components. All the topics are important, so everybody try to learn it and also try to self-study for know details about these topics. Now I start. The first topic is air. You all see here about air. As you know, air is the mixture of gases and various types of gases mixing in the air, and also this air form a blanket around the earth which is called atmosphere. Now you will see in this figure the ratio of different types of air present in the atmosphere. फिगर से आप देख रहे हो सबसे ज्यादा maximum amount of nitrogen present in it. After them 78% of nitrogen, oxygen which is present approx 21%, and also rest are carbon dioxide, helium, argon, neon and other gases present in it. It means maximum amount of nitrogen present, after them oxygen and after them carbon dioxide 0.03%. As you know, air is most important for every living organism present on the earth's surface, because in the absence of air nobody can survive, and this air is life. As you know, oxygen is the most important life gases present here, and without this we cannot survive on the earth's surface. Oxygen, it is also called life gases because we all take inside oxygen for respiration. We can live without food for several days, without water for few hours, but we cannot survive without oxygen for more than few seconds or few minutes also. Now second is carbon dioxide. As you know, we all release out carbon dioxide in respiration, and also plants utilize this carbon dioxide for the process of photosynthesis. Now next gas, nitrogen. Maximum amount of this gas present in atmosphere, and this nitrogen in the air converted into ammonium salt, and also these salt are used in the synthesis of protein, and protein are needed by living organisms to grow and to build and repair damaged body parts. Air also help in the dispersal of seed and fruits and also in pollination of flowers. As you know, ozone layer in the atmosphere act as a blanket over the earth. It absorbs ultraviolet rays coming from the sun and prevent us from these harmful gases. This ozone layer play important role to keep safe us from these ultraviolet rays. Now cycling of gases. Air contains both oxygen and carbon dioxide, and also excessive of carbon dioxide also created the condition global warming, and when large amount of pollutants in the form of carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, methane also released in the atmosphere, they increase the heat of our atmosphere and also increase the average temperature of our atmosphere and create the condition global warming, which is not useful and also important for our life and also our atmosphere. Global warming condition is also very harmful for our environment and for all living beings. Now we all know about wind. As you know, wind means moving air. Slow moving air is called wind, and also when this wind, their speed also increased they also convert into hurricane. Wind is caused when sun hits the air near the earth's surface. The hot air rises up and cool air from above comes down and occupies the space. A strong wind also destroys many things, and also hurricane damage various types of buildings, various types of plants, and also destroy various types of properties also. Wind causes spreading of air pollutants. During winter, a smoke released from factories accumulate in the air and form a smoke with condensing water vapor and suspended particles. Wind can also change the weather. Wind help in the dispersal of seed and also in the pollination. After them, we all know about light. As you know, sunlight is the ultimate source of energy on the earth. If sun is not available, then no any living organism survive on the earth's surface. Both plant and animals cannot survive. So light is also an important part for all living beings. Animals living in bright light have eye or organs sensitive to light. Animals living in burrow or in cave have reduced eye or don't have eye at all. Now we will study about temperature. Temperature on the earth is regulated by the heat coming from the sun, and also change in temperature affect the climatic condition and distribution of plant and animals. Very high temperature and scarcity of water lead to xeric conditions. Only xerophytic plants like cactus and acacia can survive in the desert. Most organisms cannot live in temperature below 0 degree and above 45 degrees Celsius for a long period of time. This is because temperature affects the physical condition of water below 0 degree. Due to this reason, life in desert and in also polar region is scanty. These are the effects of some non-living substances present on the Earth's surface. Now, interaction between biotic and abiotic components. What are the connection between both of them? Biotic and, as you know, biotic means living and abiotic means non-living substances. In any habitat, all living forms interact with each other and with their environment. This interaction of biotic and abiotic components is also called interdependence. The existence of plant, animal, and microorganisms is influenced by light, temperature, air, water, and soil in different ways. Now, some important topics related to interaction. All living organisms depend on non-living, like air, oxygen, moisture, temperature. Plants depend entirely on sunlight for their energy. Animals depend on plants for food, shelter, and protection. Human beings need both plant and animals for food, clothing, medicine also. Microorganisms depend on dead and decaying plant and animals. Plant obtain these minerals from the soil. In this way, plants, animals, and microorganisms are inseparably dependent on each other and on the abiotic components on the environment. In this way, in this chapter, we all study about habitat of the living things. In this part, we all study different types of habitats and also different types of biotic and abiotic components and also their independence. So this chapter is most important. You will try to study again and again this chapter and try to learn this chapter. Various types of things are present in the side this chapter. You will notice that decomposers, ecology, hydrophytes, mesophytes, xerophytes, ecosystem, acclimatization. All topics we all study in this chapter, so you will try to learn it. Now I complete this video. Thank you.